And welcome to Evergreen Acres. Today we are going to be putting some eggs into our incubator that we just bought. We have a small flock of chickens. We started out with 9, which we got from my sister-in-law, and there is a variety of chickens in there. From my understanding, well, we do have lavender Orpingtons and we have some Americanas, and maybe a couple of them may be mixed with those two. So we started out with 9 last year in August, and now we have unfortunately just 7. We had 2 pass away recently, and I'm not entirely sure why they had passed away. We had gone out to the coop and we found one of them just looks like peacefully fell asleep, and the other one, she looked like she was almost having a seizure or something. There was something not too good with her, but so we've lost those 2 in the last few weeks, and we were wanting to expand our flock anyways, and these chickens that we have are about 2 to 3 years old. So their egg production, although they are still laying eggs, we're getting about 5 eggs or so every other day. Some days it's just 1, some days it's 5. But we're wanting to increase our egg production a little bit. We have a neighbor, the same neighbor that helped me with the chicken coop and the goat house, who we give eggs to on a regular basis, and of course we use eggs as well. We also incorporate eggs into our dog's diet, and so yeah, we want to make sure that we have enough eggs. So today we have a basket of eggs that we have just been saving for the last, I guess, maybe 4 or 5 days, and we have gone through and picked out a few of the best ones, and some that are not so great, so that hopefully, from what I've been learning and reading about, we can try and pick out the best ones. So the egg incubator that we got is it's not a Brinsea. I know that those are one of the best ones that you can get. This one happens to be one that I found on Amazon, and it had a lot of good reviews. Anytime I buy something from Amazon, I do try and take a look at the reviews. Well, I do always look at the reviews and see, you know, what's been the consensus on whatever the product is that I'm ordering. And this particular product, it sort of fit the bill. It has a spot for candling. Let's see if I can show you a spot for candling the eggs. It has the temperature monitor, and it's also got a humidity monitor in there. It turns the eggs automatically, so I understand that it turns it twice a day, according to the manual that came with it. And it holds 12 eggs, 12 chicken eggs. I think you can have different eggs, quail eggs and probably duck eggs in there, and of course, based on the size, you can have more or less eggs. So we can hold 12 in this one, and so I have got it already warming up. The temperature that I understand, it's about 99 degrees, 98 in that, but closer to 99 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And then at Celsius, that I think it's about 38, 39 degrees Celsius. So there, and we've also got some water. We're supposed to add a little bit of water, and in the manual it tells us exactly how much water. So based on the first period, the day 1 to 7, we only need to put in 1 row of water. Period 2, which is day 8 to day 14, we're supposed to fill up those first 3 rows with water underneath the eggs. And day 15 to 21, we fill up the whole thing with water. So you've got to make sure, I know that the moisture has got to be maintained. And again, this is our first time doing this, so it may go well and it may not. We don't know, but all we can do is give it a try. And I'm kind of excited to see what the outcome is. We are hoping for at least 6 or 7 chickens. We're gonna put baby chicks. We're gonna put 12 eggs in, and there's always gonna be a bit of a margin for error. We may end up with 12, and more than likely we'll end up with at least probably half of that. I believe about day 7, we can check there's actually a diagram in here. So day 3, there's not going to be much to see, and day 6, we're going to check about 6 or 7, or between day 6 or day 8, sorry, we can see if there's a bit of veining in the egg and that kind of thing. So that will give us an indication whether something is happening in the egg and whether it's starting to develop. If there's nothing happening, then those eggs, obviously, they may not even be fertilized and they may have to be discarded. So that is a real possibility. I have been cracking the eggs every day, I guess, when I'm giving them to the dogs or when we're having them. And I am noticing about 75% are fertilized. There's been a few that haven't been, so that is a real possibility with the eggs that we have right now as to whether they will be fertilized or not. So in our basket of eggs, they are all pretty clean. I went through and just took a look to make sure that there wasn't any chicken poop on them. We keep our nesting boxes super clean, and we do add fresh straw on a regular basis, and we do collect our eggs quite frequently, at least once a day, if not twice a day, so that they're not kind of going in and out like various chickens in the mud or whatever is sitting on the eggs and they may have got a little bit of poop on them. We try and avoid that because we do keep mostly our eggs on the counter, so we don't want to have to wash them, which, as you may or may not know, will wash off the protective bloom that's on there. So eggs that have just been laid from chickens on your farm, you can keep them on the counter for a period of time as long as you don't wash them. Once you wash them, you do wash that protective layer off, and then they would need to go in the fridge. These ones have been sitting out for a few days, my understanding is you don't want to use eggs that are over a week old to try and do this process either. So most of these eggs are in excellent condition. There's a couple though that have, now I'm not sure if this one here is chicken poop or it looks like almost like a thin spot on the egg, and I'm not sure if you can see that there. So I'm thinking I'm going to probably put that one to the side. And then my understanding is anything that has an abnormality on the shell, so this one here also has, as you can see, a little bit of, maybe there's a bit of a calcium deposit on there, but either way there's a bit of an abnormality on the shell, so we won't be using something that looks like that. And this one here has a bit of, well, it has a feather on there. It has a bit of a calcium deposit on top, which I don't know if that would cause a problem, but it's not going to be one of the eggs that I'm going to choose to use. So we have gone through the eggs that we're going to use, and we did have the incubator plugged in last night for a little bit just to make sure that everything is running, that it's getting up to the temperature that it needs to get to, and it looks like everything is good. So I have it set ready to go right now, and I am just going to change this so that you can see better. And I'm going to pour in the water into the center channel there. I think that's good enough. Let's just see, make sure. Well, it spilled over a little bit into the second channel, but just put a little more. There we go. Okay. So we picked out the eggs that we're going to use, and we did also try and just make sure that they're going to fit. Now I know that some of these incubators say that you need to put the eggs pointy side down, and this one obviously won't do that, because what it's going to do is shift the eggs back and forth each day, twice a day. So if they were all situated pointy side down, that wouldn't work. So there's a bit of a variety in sizes, just depending on obviously which chicken laid them, which type of chicken. And there we go. So we've got 12 in there, and this that's all situated in there good, and the temperature is ready to go, and the water's in, so we should be good to go. So I'll just put that back up. All right, so we will be checking these eggs in about, let's just letting me know that it's back up to temperature. Okay, because I had taken the lid off for a couple of minutes while I was putting the eggs in, so it was just letting me know that it was back up to temperature. And now it is ready to go. So we will be checking these eggs in about a week, and we will be candling them. So we will do a video at that time to see how we are making out with the eggs and see if any of them look like they're going to turn out, and I'm hoping that they will. And we will definitely share that with you then when we do it. Okay, so we thank you for watching, and we look forward to sharing the next phase of this egg incubation process with you, and we cross our fingers that everything will go well. All right, so take care and have a great day.